What if I told you the king who fed children to a monster was also chosen to judge the souls of the dead forever? Asterisk, welcome, myth hunters. This is Myth or Real, the channel where legends walk again, where gods whisper and monsters still breathe. If you've ever felt a chill thinking about what might be hidden beneath the surface of old stories, you're in the right place. Today, we journey deep into the heart of Crete, where kings ruled with iron will and divine favor, or divine punishment. Today, we tell the full, unfiltered, and little-known tale of Minos, not just a king, but a legend carved into myth and memory. But before we descend into the labyrinth of truth and shadow, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. It's completely free and helps this channel grow more than you know. And in the comments, let me know. Who's your favorite mythological character? Kings? Warriors? Demons? Angels? Let's bring them into the spotlight. Minos was born not just to rule, but to prove himself worthy of the gods. He was the son of Zeus, king of the Olympians, and Europa, a Phoenician princess whom Zeus seduced, disguised as a magnificent white bull. Together, they had 3 sons: Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Sarpedon, each destined for greatness. But Minos, he had something else: a hunger for order, for control. When King Asterion of Crete, Europa's husband, died, Minos declared himself the rightful heir. But his brothers disagreed. Minos turned to the gods that he claimed the divine right to rule and challenged his people to test it. If the gods support me, he said, they will send a sign. Minos prayed to Poseidon, god of the sea. In answer, a great white bull rose from the waves. Glorious, divine, proof. The people bowed. His rule was sealed, but the bull was meant to be a sacrifice, a gift to the gods. Minos, awestruck by the creature's beauty, refused to kill it. And the gods do not forget that Poseidon's wrath came not with storms, but with shame. He cursed Minos by cursing his wife, Pasiphae. She was struck with an unnatural desire for the white bull, and through the twisted genius of Daedalus, the famed inventor, she lay with the beast. From that union was born the Minotaur, a monster with the body of a man and the head of a bull, a creature of rage and hunger, unnatural and divine punishment in one. Minos was devastated, but also shrewd. He commissioned Daedalus to build a prison that no man nor beast could escape, a labyrinth beneath the palace itself, deep, endless, a secret kept in shadow. And there the Minotaur lived. Minos' own rule became a symbol of tyranny across the Aegean. He conquered Athens and demanded a tribute: 7 young men and 7 young women, every 9 years, sent into the labyrinth as food for the Minotaur. A cruel tax, a reminder that Crete ruled and Athens obeyed. But here comes Theseus, prince of Athens. Brave, bold, foolish, he volunteers as tribute, and with the help of Minos' daughter, Ariadne, he slays the beast. But did Minos fall then? No, even in loss, he remained powerful. Ariadne was abandoned. Theseus fled. The Minotaur was dead, but the legend of Minos only grew. Minos wasn't just a ruler. He was said to have received laws directly from Zeus. The idea of a king as a divine judge traces back to him. That he's portrayed as wise in some stories, especially in later Greek and Roman sources. But others say he was ruthless. There are even lesser-known myths where Minos invades Sicily to chase down Daedalus after his escape. In one version, he hides his identity in a puzzle and is boiled alive in a bath by King Cocalus' daughters. That's how his mortal life ends. Killed in a foreign land, hunting vengeance until vengeance hunted him. But Minos didn't fade. That he became more than a king. In the underworld, he was made a judge of the dead, alongside his brothers Rhadamanthus and Aeacus. The 3 of them decided the fate of souls, reward or punishment, and Minos, he judged with the cold, divine logic of someone who had been both betrayed and blessed. In Dante's Inferno, Minos appears again, twisted into a demonic judge, wrapping his tail around sinners to assign their place in hell, from divine ruler to cursed father, to judge of the damned. Few people know that Minos wasn't just one person in the oldest legends. In earlier myths, Minos might have been a title, like Pharaoh. There may have been many Minoses, each ruling in a long line, explaining the contradictions in the myths. Some kind others cruel, some conquerors, others lawgivers. There are tablets, linear B records, from ancient Crete that suggest the name Minos predates Greek storytelling. He may have been a real king, whose legacy was wrapped in myth. A king turned god, a father cursed, a soul forever judging others. Minos, more than a man, a myth tangled in history, crowned by tragedy, shaped by gods and monsters. If you felt the pull of this tale, if the labyrinth still echoes in your mind, drop a like. Subscribe if you want more myths told this way. It helps this channel more than you know, and it costs you nothing. And tell me in the comments, who's your favorite? Kings like Minos? Warriors like Achilles? Creatures like Cerberus? I read every one. This was myth or real. And until next time, beware of kings who say the gods are on their side.